You ready, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ready. Call to order the Katuah Fire District Board of Fire Commissioners meeting, January 21st, 2025, 17:31, it looks like. Present.
Commissioner Ross, Commissioner Zais,
Commissioner Conley,
Chief Brown.
Deputy Clerk.
excellent, thank you, gentlemen. Call to order, is anybody recording? We are recording this meeting. Sounds like no other recordings. Public comment, Chief, do we have anything?
We do not have anything in the chat and do not have any emails.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Gentlemen, did you have a chance to take a look at the previous minutes?
yes, I did, and I saw no problems with them. Also,
Okay, we have a motion.
move to accept the minutes as written. Second.
All those in favor?
Commissioner Ross, Commissioner Zais,
Commissioner Conley. All righty, we're good with that, Chief. It's yours. Fire Chief's report, please.
Good evening. This is the Fire Chief's report for January 21st, 2025. We'll start with the December 2024 responses. There are a total of 88 responses, 3 fires, 52 rescue EMS calls, 2 station walk-in medical incidents, 1 hazardous condition, 4 community risk reduction incidents, 6 reassurance program calls, 6 service calls, 3 good intent, 11 fire and steel alarms, and 9% of our calls were overlapping. And December, mutual aid was provided 5 times and received 4 times. And the year-to-date percentage difference was plus 4.25%, which is also total of the year. So that would be up 4.25% over calendar year 23. And then before I get into calendar year 2024 total statistics, are there any questions on this?
no, sir.
No questions, Chief.
Okay, so calendar year 2024 had 1,055 responses, which again is the busiest year on record for fire departments. 2023 was the busiest year for up to that, and now as you'll see, the continuing trend of the call volume increasing. For calendar year 2024, we had 20 fire incidents, 540 rescue EMS, 14 station walk-ins, 39 motor vehicle crashes, 34 hazardous conditions, 47 community risk reduction visits, 67 reassurance program visits, 88 service calls, 63 good intent, 136 fire and steel alarms, 7 severe weather-related incidents, 2 special incident types, and for the year, 21.6% of our calls were overlapping. So just over 20% of the time, there was more than 1 call. There was 2 calls going on. Mutual aid was provided 78 times and was received 45 times. And that is the calendar year 2024 statistics. Pending any questions?
Chief, it doesn't have to be now, but do you track, or is it possible to report on the mutual aid by either fire district or town?
Yes.
The mutual aid given or received?
Yes. We can. We can add that on, we can run that report, we can bring that back to old business next month.
Okay.
That works for the chair.
Well, yep, works. Anything else, gentlemen?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Moving on under administration, we received 4 thank you notes in December, one with a donation of $200. The Lucas grant funds received through the AFG grant. We had some remaining funds. That project came in on the budget. And used the remaining funds to purchase items that were on the high priority list for AFG, and we are going to purchase an AED. We'll be starting a capital project for replacing 2 AEDs a year over the next few years, and this will cover the cost of one of those AEDs, most of the cost of one of the AEDs. Open burning started January 15th. Despite the rain and the snow and the cold, we are still well below where we should be for precipitation, so caution is urged for public when conducting open burning operations. Katuitt Fire received a $12,396 grant. They were notified this week or in the last week about receiving a grant to replace our thermal imaging cameras on the engines. This effort was spearheaded by Captain Pearson. Captain Lyons last day, it's February 22nd, 2025. And with that comes potential for promotion and a new hire. So we advertised for resumes and cover letters, and that process closed this afternoon. And we received several applications for the potential of an upcoming firefighter position after promotions are made. Under the business, I'll be requesting from the chair, representatives from the board of fire commissioners to participate in the firefighter interview process, as well as the process for the EMS officer position should a candidate on the promotional roster be a EMS officer, so that we're prepared for all of that movement. And then the deputy is conducting budget meetings with program area managers currently to help us with formulating FY26 budget. And as the board is aware, we have several program area managers within the department that have taken on managing pieces of the organization, the associated budgets, and developing capital plans, and purchasing required equipment to maintain our operations. And with that, completes the administration portion of this report. Pending questions.
Gentlemen, questions?
I have a question about how much was the new AED?
The AEDs are around $2,000. We have around 1,700
All right.
Left in the
In that grant?
in that grant. Yes, sir.
Nice. And are the thermal imaging cameras, pan, tilt, zoom type cameras on the end? You say they're on the engines?
They're on the fires. Yeah, we have small personal size ones. They're about the size of a cell phone that go for each riding position that provide some level of detail and usefulness within an obscure smoke-filled environment. However, they do make some larger ones that offer better functionality, larger screen, and general screen coming off the carry those in. And so, in addition,
So it's like
to
a
small,
handheld kind of thing?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's about the size of a dustbuster. Yeah, maybe a little smaller, but similar size. Just a
Very interesting.
I like the dustbuster analogy, Chief.
Yeah.
Anything else, gentlemen?
Smoke busters. No.
Chief, just a quick one on the budget. When do you, budget work you're doing now is fantastic, so thank you for that. When do you expect to have a rough cut of some of the numbers? Deputy?
Program areas will be done.
Okay. Cool, thank you. Thank you. Chief, if that's coming here, let's, schedule someone just to take a look at that.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Technology now. time, under personnel, our folks participated in multi-agency drill and hospital.com in training. Captain McPherson coordinates a lot of the training, and he coordinated that effort to work with the folks over there in the acquired structure, and they borrowed our smoke generator. And it was, all reports out, it's very good training. Continue to work with our response partners and improve and build on already great relationships. Conducted the annual ice and cold water training, ice and cold water training down on Rayland Road. That was conducted by firefighter Lee and firefighter Gardner. And then all of the paramedics have completed the biannual ACLS recertification training. That's what we have in the personnel. Any questions?
Gentlemen?
I was able to go to the ice/cold water training, and I was very impressed with the team and how they carried out everything. It was, I wouldn't get in that water. So, but thank you. I'd like to, please thank Christian and Brian, firefighter Lee and firefighter Gardner for that. That was really, really impressive.
Good, okay, thank you. Chief?
On the apparatus and equipment, Marine 266 repairs and winterization was completed, and that was just shy of $3,000. Came in at $2,956.26, and that is out for the water season. And then the tires need to be replaced in engine 265. I don't have a quote with me, but Captain McNamara, who oversees apparatus maintenance and manages that program area, is working on that quote. So to be determined on that. That is all we have on the apparatus equipment. Pending any questions?
Gentlemen, anything?
No questions, yeah.
Okay, Chief, thank you very much.
Sir.
Facilities, nothing to report at this time, correct?
That is correct.
Okay. Subcommittees, gentlemen, how are your committees?
Nothing to report.
I have nothing to report on the policy advisory committee.
Okay, nothing?
Nothing in the bylaws committee.
Okay. So with facilities, new building committee, we have a few things going on. Let me just share with you a little bit, and I'll open it up to the chief as well. We did sign contracts with Catalyst. I think last time we spoke, we had, you all have provided authorization to sign those contracts, so we'll work with our legal team. The way we get those signed contracts signed, so we have OPM as well as design engineers online working for us. We have signed hazmat survey and asbestos survey contracts for the site, so that work is starting now. And we're also in the process of looking at options, contract for geotechnical report, testing of the soil, core samples, that type of thing. So that's all in process as well. Chief, anything else? I'm gonna mention historical now that I think about it, but anything else from your perspective?
No, just the historical.
Yeah. So the Historical Society, Historical Commission, we're scheduled to see them on February 18th. To look to see what we have to do with regards to the building next door, 5600. Yeah, so we're working on that right now. I'm also going to be asking the Prudential Committee to put on their, I'll get to them in the next couple of days, not for tomorrow night's meeting, but for a future meeting, give us authorization to demo that building. So provided the Historical Society says good as it go, we want to get things moving and get that demo as quickly as possible. So we'll see how that goes. Chief, anything else? No, good there?
No, sir, that's all.
Okay. I'm gonna make a quick comment on old business, if it's okay with everybody. It's kind of a combination, old business, new business. So far tonight, we've had one item reference that we want to take a look at and follow up on. Only one item that I have, which is mutual aid by department, commission that you referenced. I want to make sure that as we have items that we've talked about during a meeting, that they captured under old business. So in other words, if you're spinning off commissioner to do something, either one of you or the chief or myself. We're gonna put that under the old business, so that we visit it at the next meeting, just to make sure that the small things that we're doing don't fall through the cracks. The bigger ones we're really good at, but I wanna make sure that we're reporting to the village some of the small things that we're talking about. That's saying, I don't think we need a vote on that, I assume nobody has an objection to that. Okay, great. Okay, thank you for that. Chief, under new business / hiring and some work you want to talk about there, correct?
Yes, sir. It's been general practice, I believe, the board to have a representative on the interview panel for new hires. So I'm requesting one of the board members, one of the commissioners, to sit on the interview panel for new hires. So that we have a target date of February 3rd. I think it's February 3rd. We'll get back to the date on that. But we're looking for a representative to participate in that, and then by contract, a member of the board has to be on the EMS officer interview panel. So we're also requesting a member of the board, one of the commissioners, to sit on that panel as well.
So I have done the interviews for the new hires a few times. I think, Adam, you've done that as well, correct?
Yeah, yes, I have.
Okay.
Yes,
Any interest in, I'm passing it to both you gentlemen now, asking the question.
I have some interest in the EMS officer board, if that works for everyone here.
EMS officer board, okay?
Okay, I'll do the other one.
You want to do the new hire? Okay. Gentlemen, good with that? Chief? Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. Nothing like volunteering.
More to follow on the schedule for that, I'm sure, Chief.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, we will get you the dates and with you tomorrow.
Okay. Gentlemen, any other new business that you all have?
I don't have any.
No? Chief, any other new business that you can think of?
I do have one item of new business, sir. We would like to purchase two digital digital vehicle repeater systems, DVRSs, for the fire department to be installed in the two command vehicles. They cost about $12,000 each. So that is a roughly $24,000 expenditure. And if the deputies worked to do a look back over the last 4 years of certain budget lines to see if we can find money to purchase these in fiscal year 25, using a combination of those budget lines. So essentially going over in our communications budget line, underspending in a couple of other areas, as well as using some of the donations that we received over the years that generally just sit there if they're not earmarked specifically for the reassurance program. So sometimes we get donations that come in, some are specifically earmarked to the reassurance program, that's where those go. Some go to the fire department, and if they're specifically fire department, they go into the donations line that we have used. And if they're made out to the district, they go to the general fund. And even though it's intended to go to the fire department, if people make donations out to the district, they go to the district as a whole. So anyway, so using the combination of these lines, we believe we have the funding in FY 25 to go ahead and purchase the DVRs. We did receive a grant to put a DVRS into Engine 265. And we found that the communications, particularly in the southern end of Cotuit, down in the Vinnie Road area, is just non-existent. And particularly when you get inside the buildings, and some of the buildings down there, as some of you are aware, are getting bigger and bigger. And when we get inside those buildings, we do not have the ability to communicate internally in the buildings or externally in the buildings. The DVRs does help. However, sometimes the engines aren't close to these small dirt roads, along beach driveways, whereas the SCPs can get up closer and use the DVRS system. Next year, we intend to go for a grant to also get one for the ambulance, so that we have the DVRS in the ambulance, and then hopefully any or the fire engine, depending on how. So if the ambulance, the new ambulance most likely come with the DVRS in it, and then put that second DVRS in the spare fire engine. So the two fire engines, the primary ambulance, the two command vehicles will all have a repeater system. So that way, if something happens, there's a fail safe built in there. So if the 265 DVRS has a problem, or the vehicle has a malfunction, lost power, the DVRS goes down, it picks up another DVRS on these other vehicles. So this is kind of a couple-year plan to fix a significant communications gap. So I'm requesting permission if we can, as the end of the fiscal year approaches, and we can in fact find these savings in the other budget lines by maybe putting off some other purchases, that we have permission to go ahead and pursue purchase of the DVRS as a different install. So that is my request to the board.
Question, gentlemen?
No questions for me.
So,
So this is essentially like it's like a mobile hotspot or something. It helps in the absence of other carrier capability, allows you to communicate when you're fighting a fire, or looking for a person or whatever it might be.
Yeah, so currently the tracking system hits a tower, and then goes essentially rebroadcast, but we're having a lot of difficulty hitting any of the towers.
inside the building.
Okay, yeah.
And
Especially, I just wanted to be clear that
This brings the tower to
Yeah.
the scene essentially.
Okay, all right.
And it repeats to the vehicle.
Well, no, that's.
I would, you should not to correct, but I think of it as a Wi-Fi repeater in your house.
Yeah. So it's a, those little extenders, to extending the mesh network in your house, let's say.
Yep.
Yeah, okay.
You good there?
I am. Do you need a motion?
No, not yet. Maybe in a second. So Chief, let me understand this. We're thinking of using fiscal 25 funds, correct?
Yes.
We're not positive if we have those funds available, whether or not we haven't done due diligence, frankly, yet, to see what the budget looks like, to see if we're going to have 24,000 extra.
I'd say we have done our due diligence. The deputy has run an analysis of the last 4 complete fiscal years, 21, 22, 23, and 24.
Yeah.
And an analysis of where we are currently with 25, and by kicking some purchases down the road, we can reallocate those funds or offset the overture and the communications line. And really this is as a fire chief, it's quite frightening actually to be in some of these buildings and realize you can't get out of them. And it's not really a great situation.
Yeah. So what would be the other purchases we'd be kicking down the road?
It might just be different replacements on some various tools and things that come up with certain life cycles that, just things that might have a year or two in them, but we would replace before they're actually not functional. And then possibly putting some purchases in if we get the grant for the new fire engine that we applied for, certain purchases of some of the replacement equipment that we might be getting could be rolled into the grant.
So you're going to, sorry.
Please, go ahead.
So you're going to sort of forensically go through an accounting and say, okay, here are some monies that haven't been spent under this article or didn't. So you're going to try to come and.
We know historically for the last 5 years that the money's available.
Yeah.
It's just digging in forensically into those line items.
Okay.
Kind of divvying up that $27,000 amongst those line items.
27.
Or what if 25,000? And we know historically the line items that we're returning money with, so we kind of live the estimate of for the money.
Okay.
We can dig into the little forensically check on this.
Was that up and running, chief? 12,000 per unit, like installed and everything?
Do you have the
Of course. You guys have these?
No, we bounce off all the
Order these
computers,
by June 3rd.
but we don't have. signal
So
down there
if necessary, with some additional information, you all can bring back to us to confirm what the install price is, if the install price is part of that 12,000. And or maybe have a better view as to where some of that funding is coming from. Is that correct?
Old business.
Just trying to see if I have that.
Any objections to that, guys?
Yeah, we can dig into the number, we can have a concrete.
Okay.
That's what it's.
No, I appreciate that. I think, I am not questioning the validity of it at all. I get it, and I think it would be great to have. But I do want to make sure that we're being a little bit prudent with regard to some of the numbers and where we're going to end up.
Yeah, we'll have all that.
Okay. And this is called DD.
DDR.
DDR.
Digital vehicle computer system.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't have that quote.
Okay. Okay, so DDRS is part of our old business for next month as well. Okay, any other new business?
I do not have anything else.
Everyone good?
Yeah.
Do we have any public comments? Anybody in the Zoom world want to say anything? Any comments?
No, thank you.
Jack, for the record, I like the hat, the same. It's good on you. Okay, no comments, chief? All right, do we have any motions here?
Move to adjourn.
Second,
All those in favor?
Commissioner Ross?
Commissioner Zace?
Commissioner Conley, we are done. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for joining all. Recording is still running.